So you want to update on this thing?
Yeah.
It's not a great one.
No?
Let's just start with how nice it's looking, then we'll give the real update.
Okay.
So, as you can see, almost everything under the hood is done and it's turning out so clean. Everything's kind of coming together, like all the colors and the cleanliness. There's still a few little things to button up.
All your nice tricked out accessories.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you've even got your coolant. Is that the coolant reservoir right here? Or is that for the supercharger?
This is the overflow and this is the supercharger.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So, we did heat shrink on all the lines.
Yeah, that looks
Everything
nice.
It's turned out really, really nice. The truck's kind of together, like cab forward for the most part.
Yeah, I noticed.
We got the wheels on it.
Oh yeah, because last time, was it still sitting on those
The Goonies.
Goonies.
Everybody asked, do y'all drive on those?
No.
No.
Which, by the way, in case anybody's wondering what the Goonies are, we're talking about these right here.
Yeah. So they have, what's kind of cool about them is they kind of keep it from rolling anywhere, kind of. So they got little,
they have like a little stop.
I wouldn't want to drive on that. That thing would be like a wagon wheel.
No, it'd be a great way to break your expensive components.
Yeah. So we got fuel tank done. Fuel, all the wiring is done mostly. There's still a little bit to do inside the truck.
I see you got the exhaust wrap too.
Up to this point, we still have to finish from here out, where the exhaust will exit.
Right, I remember last week Keenan saying the bed really needed to go on there. So
yeah, because it's so close, everything's so tight here. I mean, he measured it, did full bump on the rear end before he decided where to go, but he just wants to make dang sure,
Right.
A lot of work goes into the stainless exhaust, so.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely.
So it's looking awesome, incredible, only can appreciate it in person. The interior's even coming together. Look how nice the dash turned out.
Man, this is cool. I hadn't seen it with this much stuff in here.
Yeah. So that's a interior paint that BASF, which Casey uses mainly only that, offers, and it looks awesome. You can kind of see more of the interior pieces that are to go in. It's kind of like what they look like after the paint. They turned out awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. So they were originally like a tan color or a beige color?
No, this truck was blue on blue.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, those were the donor parts I saw that were that kind of beige gray.
Yeah, so this particular truck was like most of these. The dash was just toast.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just gone. There was no saving it. It didn't even have enough in there to put one of those. They make a cover lay.
Uh-huh.
They didn't even have enough to glue to. It was gone. You can see the back of the radio.
Oh, man.
It was bad.
That thing's gone.
So, yeah, the tan you saw was a tan dash that we found that was nice. Which is getting harder and harder to do. So if you see one, you better keep it because they're pretty valuable right now. We still got a lot to do, as you can see. It seems like it's going really well, but we're kind of at the point where we're getting it running, want to, get it drivable pretty quick. But we started it up and we were going to do a data log for the tune. And we were letting it warm up, cool down, filling all the fluids, the coolant. Everything was going pretty good. And then it started
surging?
Well, it started burning a lot of oil.
Oh,
So
okay.
there's something wrong, with the PCV or something. So we're kind of in the process right now, Blake and I, of diagnosing that issue. You kind of have these things when you put these things together,
Right.
And it seems like it's the end of the world, but usually they work out in the end.
I could tell when I first walked in here, you guys were pretty serious on working on something here.
Well, we've been working a lot more than normal,
Yeah.
I've hardly even slept, to be honest with you. I've gone home 3-5 hours a day.
So you have fired this thing up?
We have fired it up.
Do you have video of that?
I do.
Oh, you'll have to send it to me.
I will.
So I can include it.
Well, you can probably get you a real nice smoky video here in a minute.
Okay.
Because we want to do a little diagnosing on a few things, so we'll probably fire it up. Even though we really wouldn't want anybody to see it like that, but that's just the way these things go. So yeah, that's what Blake and I are doing. I mean, pretty much it's all hands on deck in here, and you'll find that out as you go around talking to everybody. It always comes down to this. You've been a part of it with the SEMA stuff, Dino's, these shows, trying to get things done and get the heck out of here by a certain time is always extremely tough. So everybody is working on this truck in some manner besides Todd.
Dino's...
He's actually helping too, but right at this moment he's inside something else. But.
Yeah, Dino's a new experience for me, but I've definitely done SEMA, I've done Hot Rod Power Tour,
right.
I've done drag
I think it's
week.
kind of but I think it's those two mixed a little bit.
Yeah, it really is, because y'all are doing it as a road trip.
Right.
Yeah, you're not trying to trailer it.
No, and it's probably it's trailer bull, like as far as how nice it's turned out.
Oh, for sure.
But you put that kind of money and time in them and not enjoy them. That just seems, I don't know, dumb to me. But everybody enjoys them in their own way. I'm so glad that you're going though. I was told that you're going something.
Yeah, I guess we're bunking up.
Yeah.
I was wondering why you were asking if my wife snored.
Yeah.
She had to spell that out for me. I was like, I don't understand Phil's cryptic text here.
Yeah.
And then you started talking about sawing logs.
Well, people say that I snore. I've never heard myself snore, so I'm not real sure if I believe them. But I just wanted to warn you up front if you need to bring some earplugs or if you got like a noise machine. My wife will listen to brown noise or ocean noises sometimes, and her biggest thing is falling asleep before I do. So you may want to take you a little NyQuil whenever I start looking a little sleepy.
I usually take some edibles and wash it down with a little tequila, and I'm good for the night. I sleep good.
Yeah, that's funny. I'm sure I have plenty to say. So yeah, man, I'm extremely tired. I'm glad to be here when you're here. I miss out on these updates a lot, just with the way my life and schedule works out. But this truck is turning out to be far beyond what I had, in mind or imagined it could be. It is incredible. I mean, I feel like I'm definitely surrounded by the best for sure. I think you can find some as good as, but maybe, in my opinion, none better. For sure.
It's funny because this takes me back to like when I was in high school. One of my buddies had one of these in the same blue color.
I had one.
It was obviously clear coat was peeling off. It was not nearly this nice.
Yeah.
But we just had the awesome times during lunch, cruising around with the music on.
Right.
Small country town.
Oh yeah.
So seeing it to this level
is crazy.
I mean, it is.
I actually had one too, and I mean at the time I had a '69 that I was always trying to build, and in my mind, that was my truck. But now looking back, really, the OBS was my first truck that I really had and owned and drove and tore up, So
I'm thinking about trading by a C5 Corvette for maybe like early 2000s because I feel like these are starting to get away.
These things are getting out of hand.
Yeah, they are.
Price-wise, dude. Wow.
But I might jump into the next generation of that.
Right. So yeah, man, buckle up. We may or may not make it. Who knows? What do you think about it? She smokes a little bit, but she be all right.
Yeah.
Can you see?
Y'all get it. Y'all get it solved.
Yeah. If not,
otherwise we'll just roll like Cheech and Chong. Yeah.
Nah, we'll get it figured out.
All three of us. Oh, that's why we all gotta be like three stooges.
So this is the body shop short and sweet edition because all three of these guys were tag teaming on the same thing.
Yeah, so I came in over the weekend and me and KC fully redid the bed floor, reshaping, and then we repolyed it on Sunday. So Monday we all came in, blocked it 180, 240, 320 on the bed floor, and then we stood it up, wet sanded the bottom. What did we do on the bottom? Scotch-Brite and 320, and did rhino liner on that. And then wet sand inside and outside in 600. About to slap them. And yeah, it's painted.
Do we get a sneak peek of it?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
As Ken would say, slick.
Yeah, I would say so. You guys did an awesome job. I can't wait to see it up close, but just the light reflection this is picking up.
Yeah. I'll let Casey tell you about everything about it.
Okay.
But yeah, that's pretty much all three of us this week. Dino's our bust. As Ken would say, slick and short and sweet.
Slick it out, Jay. Slick it out.
So today is Thursday.
You new boofing over here?
Yep, boofing on the rear of the truck. Same process as the rest of the truck. 800, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, and I'm about to do 3,000. So.
Oh wow, is that the final?
Yeah, 3,000. Then I can hard buff it and polish it. But probably see I got a little bit of guide coat left right there, so I got to get those 1,500 scratches out. So everything else looks pretty good, and then I'm waiting on the bed to dry because that's going to be the last thing to buff. But today is Thursday, so you know what that means.
You'll be sanding it on Monday before we go out the door?
No, I'll be here tomorrow.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, if I can sand it, because the booth heater's broken, so we can't bake it. So hopefully it's even dry enough to sand tomorrow. So.
Gotcha. I heard there was a technicality with the booth.
Yeah. So we'll see, but I mean, I don't know. I think we could get there. It's just going to take a little bit of pushing. So almost there.
Yeah. So I felt kind of deflated, like the wind is out of my sails a little bit.
So you said that you fired it up originally and it wasn't smoking, and this just developed?
Yeah. So what is today? Thursday. So they fired it up Sunday evening, and no smoke. It ran okay, but no throttle response. Like hit the pedal, nothing. You couldn't even see on the computer like the throttle.
It wasn't even
percentage.
registering.
No, it wasn't even registering. So I came in on Monday morning, and we started working on that. We pretty much burned a whole day on that, and found out it was 2 pins that were swapped they were 2 blue wires, so they look real similar. It was to the oil pressure sensor and the fuel pressure sensor. So the ECM didn't recognize oil pressure, so it cut all throttle.
Oh, okay.
So we got that fixed. Then and we fired it up, everything was good, and let's see, that must have been late Monday or Tuesday. Got everything back together, put coolant in it yesterday, and then yesterday evening after everyone left, they fired it back up again, let it warm up, everything was good, and then all of a sudden it started kind of running funky and then smoking, so it's burning oil, it's sucking oil into the
quite a bit
combustion chambers. Yeah.
At first I was like, this isn't too bad, but then he started to get on it, and that was a lot of smoke.
So I don't know.
Yeah, that's just where you're at, current state of affairs.
So we're kind of back and forth with Sam at, what is
He's
it?
a tuner,
AMP?
right? Yeah,
The
AMP.
What is it? Advanced Modern Performance?
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah, he's really sharp. So he's been a big help. What else?
You said you got the turn signal stuff sorted out from last video?
Yep, we got all the wiring straightened out. That's kind of the easy stuff, you know, like if you have a problem, I mean, you can kind of figure it out. Like,
yeah,
I don't know if it's got super excessive blow by. Had it all set up to do a leak down test, and then Sam wanted us to fire it back up and take some videos of it in certain areas, and so we did that. So we'll see.
So you're just kind of waiting right now. Gotcha.
If everything would have gone good today, I would have felt a lot better. And I'm actually going on vacation tomorrow. I'm going to Arizona.
Oh, really?
But I'll be in Sedona, Flagstaff, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Are you flying or driving?
I'm flying.
Okay. I was about to say, did you see the forecast?
Here?
No, over there.
I looked at Flagstaff, and it's like 60 and sunny for the next like 5 days. So I don't know if it's some other portion of it.
Yeah, maybe I didn't see much in Arizona.
Or something.
Northern and central New Mexico is going to get clobbered with snow. In Colorado, obviously, but that's Colorado.
Yeah, I think it misses Arizona.
Well, that would be cool. I love Sedona.
Yeah, I've never been. I've been to Flagstaff. I used to live in Phoenix.
You'll enjoy it.
So
Sedona, that is.
Yeah.
It's definitely feels not like Phoenix or Arizona.
Oh,
it feels like when you go up north, you start like Flagstaff area.
It's like one of those cool mountain towns.
Yeah, me and my wife just went out there and we went hiking a bunch, did a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
The Devil's Backbone out there.
I'm excited. It's my wife's birthday tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
So we rented a car. We've gotten so lucky with when we rent cars. Like we always get free upgrades or something happens. So we rented like a Toyota Corolla,
Uh-huh.
and then they sent me an email last night, and they were like, "You have like you can upgrade, see your upgrade options." And so I got a BMW X5 for an additional 47 cents a day. So
That's a smoking
you know,
deal.
all rentals are full-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Every single one. My dad always used to say that, like as a kind of a joke.
Uh-huh.
If I had to explain it to you.
No.
it's
You don't
not
have to
funny.
explain it to me. So
so-
that
For you to explain why you ain't working.
he's waiting on a diagnostic to come back.
I'm
Doing an interview.
I was gonna tell you how I'm feeling, not what I'm doing.
He's talking about his feelings. Yeah.
I feel defeated,
Uh huh.
maybe.
I could
Deflated.
definitely see why more now. So seeing that you're leaving and that you're trying to problem solve before you leave,
Yeah.
because it's never fun to have to go somewhere when this is in the back of your mind.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure tomorrow morning I'll forget all about it.
I hope so. I hope you enjoy your vacation.
Yeah.
I'm sure your wife will appreciate that too.
Yeah. Oh, I know, right? She would love that. I'm on the phone all day tomorrow with Philip and Casey.
I'm aggravated today.
Why's that?
My paint booth isn't working right. So we found this part.
Yeah, what's the issue? Because I heard.
So this is the igniter. This ignites it. Obviously, it had an explosion happen or something. I don't know what happened. But I'm still getting fault codes on it. I thought this was the issue. And today my booth is 68 degrees. So it's 68 degrees.
That's no bueno.
Nope. Heat's not coming on. And you act like that's gonna stay.
Yeah, I bet it would have.
All right, throw it. Do it. Nope, throw it. Let's just see.
You just gotta know how to do it. I'm just more worried about what's up there.
Ain't nothing at the edge. Hang you from it later. So that you can walk in here, but you can't touch it. Don't touch it.
Okay.
So at about 60 degrees, the clear won't really dry at all, honestly. So it's got 3 coats on the inside, 4 coats on the outside. It's been running for hours now. It's still not drying. I'm worried about being able to buff it in time to get it finished. We were already behind. Then I decided that
Oh yeah, I can still smell the solvent.
oh yeah, it's strong if you get too close. Then
Now,
I was spraying it, or I was gonna spray it over the weekend like you saw in the last video.
right.
I wasn't happy with the way the floor looked, so I started sanding it with 80 grit and doing a bunch of extra work to it. But I'm happy with the way it turned out now. We're a little behind, and it wouldn't have been a big deal, but now we ain't got no heat.
Right, you weren't accounting for this.
I wasn't counting on I overnighted that igniter from Speneasy. It cost me $380 to overnight. Well, that's including the part. Overnight AM delivery. So the part got here like 8:05 this morning. Replaced it, fired it up. Still not working. So without heat, you can feel it's cool in here. It's like outside. I mean,
yeah.
It's nice, but
Feels ambient.
it puts me in a pinch because, I can't buff it. Like I was hoping to be able to run it. I was going to run the heat on it and then crank it up to like 90 or 100 degrees and then shut the heat off and then cycle the heat on it, trying to get it to like just bring some temperature to it. Because I bet it's 65 degrees right now. I bet if we put a temp on it, metal temp's probably 65 or lower.
Yeah. How do you? Just a question, technical question, I guess. How do you usually tell when it's ready to start cutting into? Is that just based off feel and your experience?
Just time, right? So usually it'll be like normally if we buff one, wait a couple of days and we'll cut it open, and then by cut it open, we'll either 600 or 800 it, like to flatten it out. We'll stick it out, and then it'll sit for a couple of days or whatever. But I've also been tied up with other things like that C10 out there. We won't have to let it sit because it's been sitting for a couple weeks. But this would have been nice to put heat to it and get it finished. I've done worse, but without being able to bake it, or not bake, at least be able to put heat to it, it's going to slow us down quite a bit. And now Philip's motor's having problems, which is a huge bummer. I don't know what's going on there, honestly. It was running fine, seemed fine for about, I don't know, probably 15 or 20 minutes of running time. And then all of a sudden it just starts. I don't like that guy sometimes. He couldn't have got his stool. He always goes for my stool. And then it just starts smoking. And I don't really understand what would cause that, honestly. Like, to me, that's like something stuck, or a valve seal broke, or PCV that's
Yeah, there was quite a bit of
malfunction or
like when he
whatever.
turned it on, I was like, okay, this isn't too bad. But then when he gave it a little bit of gas,
it's
the amount of smoke that dumped out of it, I was like,
mosquito fogger.
yeah.
Which sucks because, I mean, it's Thursday. Even if we wanted to buy another motor and put in there, it's like do we have time?
Yeah.
We're leaving Monday. So, I mean, that's 3 days to swap a motor, but it's not just swapping a motor. There's a lot to it, you know? Just getting it out without messing anything up.
Right,
is
you
gonna
have
be
all
time.
everything in the front put together. Now you've got that's a lot of time.
I hate it for him. And then you sent me that thing, so I've been looking at weather, and I hope our trip isn't messed up. It looks like it might be a little bit north of where I had planned. I had kind of stayed low
I wasn't saying
anyways.
don't go that way, but I was like,
We're definitely have to keep an eye on it.
yeah,
To make sure we don't run into anything.
because nobody's vehicle is really capable of ice or snow.
When we drove back from SEMA, from driving Luke's truck and my truck from SEMA, we're just cruising along. We're in Colorado or whatever, and we're like, man, it seems kind of got bright, you know, but it's so dark, couldn't tell. Next thing we know, it's snow. We're driving through the snow in our trucks. I got videos. I think it was Todd Wilson or maybe Cody behind me, but we're going up this dirt road full of snow to our cabin where we stayed. It's pretty funny, but that was after we hit that deer too.
You had a deer?
It was already dead, but I ran over it. My truck's only this far off the ground, so my truck smelled so nasty. It was just cooking on the exhaust. It was like, I don't know if it was nutsack hanging off the mufflers or whatever. I'll send you some pictures you can insert. It was the most disgusting thing ever. I don't know how long it had been dead, but so I was behind the RV, and the RV went over it, and I mean, we're doing 50.
Right, you don't have time to react.
0 times. So it's like it hit the bottom of my truck, and I drug it because the whole bottom, I had to redo the wrap because whatever, all the guts and everything was all over the exhaust wrap, and I couldn't get the smell off. So we had to pull the exhaust down, pull all the wrap off of it when we got back. But we'd stop to get gas on the way home, like it was pretty foul. Anyway, so I really don't know what the next couple of days are entailed for us. That's all we've been doing. We've been humping on this thing all week. And it's turned out so awesome. It's like do you just throw in the trailer and bring it there at least so we can show it off? Because it looks awesome, but the motor ain't no good. Or maybe, I don't know, something maybe stuck.
I'm hoping Sam will have a reasonable solution.
Hopefully they can do like a log on it and send him a log so you can be like, hey, you've got...
I think that's what he did. He was also, Phil had his laptop up.
He was logging?
Yeah.
Okay, well, hopefully Sam will figure something out. I think Cody's coming over later too to help. I just don't know what it could be. It doesn't, I mean, it seems mechanical to me. It doesn't seem like valve. It seems like...
That makes sense.
I'm hoping it's not motor, but... It's just weird how it went from running good, and it sounded good. Like, it sounded fine. Like, it was chopping, it sounded crisp. And then as soon as the smoke started coming on, it sounds lethargic. Like, it's just... Something's holding back, or... I don't know. Who knows, man. But anyways, I'm real happy with the bed. Got a couple runs in it. That's what I do. But I can get them out. Keenan's buffing the tailgate. I think you've already talked to him. And I've got the guys cleaning because there's a big project that we're done with bodywork now. So like, let's restart. Let's clean up the body shop, get everything situated, restock all the shelves, clean all of our blocks, and then move on to the next thing. So I haven't had a chance to bring my truck up here. I've been driving my truck for 2 years though. It's got 10,000 miles on it. I'm pretty confident with mine. I'm gonna drive it up here Saturday and spend Saturday just going over it, make sure the tire pressure's good. But I think mine will be fine. I got to bring the truck and trailer up here, so my dad's going to drive the Super Duty, with the trailer empty, unless we end up putting Philip's truck in it. He's going to drive it.
Are you not taking the F-250?
No. I don't want to.
Kind of want to get some things solved on it first.
Well, I'm tired of taking everything out there. Like it's a Chevy show anyways. We hauled the trailer out there last year with it, and it was great. And we could probably do the same thing, but since my dad's doing it, he's just going to use my Super Duty.
Yeah.
And he's going to leave like Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday to meet us out there for load in on Thursday. So it's just going to be the four of us. It'll be me, Todd Wilson, Luke, and Philip driving. Hopefully Philip. We'll do our drive out there, drive back, and my dad will drive the truck and trailer back. So tomorrow I got to bring it up here. The trailer tires, we haven't used it much in the last year and a half. And since it's my dad driving solo, I want to put new tires on the trailer, get a good new tire on the spare too. Just get it all situated so that hopefully he won't have any issues out of it. I just put new tires on Super Duty, new shocks, new brakes front and rear. So, anyway, that's it for me today, man. Hopefully we got something out of Dino's next year, or this year, besides an S10 and a Ford in their booth. That'll be a little defeating, honestly. Bit of a loss. It's a fail in my book. To me, if that truck's not there, we failed. I'm not saying the guys failed. I failed. Like, when I set my mind to something like,
right, that's your goal.
it's my goal, it's hell or high water, and I feel like we've done that to get it there. And a mechanical issue is something we can't fix. Like, I can't stay up all night, work 48 hours straight. I can't do that to fix this motor.
Right, no.
That's out of my hands. But like, I can buff this all night. I can buff the tailgate. I can put its interior, and all that stuff is in our control to an extent. Call on favors, have the guys work overtime, whatever. But motor, that's gonna put us in the dirt, and that really sucks. So I'm hoping it gets that figured out. But signing off. See y'all at Dino's.